Sorry, we got disconnected. Welcome back. We're making jalebi. जेरी बनाउँदैछ हामी. Somehow Wi-Fi राम्रो नभएर होला डिस्कनेक्ट भयो. म अहिले बाहिरपट्टि छु. Making जेरी. ताजा ताजा तातो तातो होममेड जेरी बनाउँदैछु. हजुर Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. एकछिन है. Just a minute. Just getting this batter into my bottle. Namaste सबैजनालाई. Welcome everyone. I'm making jalebi out of the batter. So this is what jalebi looks like. Jerry looks like fresh, hot jerry being made at my house in my backyard. Welcome to my life. I'll give you small bits and tips of what I have learned so far from making jalebi at home. So I have a hot oil. Oof, the temperature has gone way up 350. So the temperature of oil has to be 350, 325, 350. This is my sugar syrup. Sugar syrup has to be anywhere from 125 to 135. All made from scratch at home. So I've already made some. I just made another 7 right now. Now I'm about to do more rounds. So these are being freshly made. I made the batter at home. Nothing store-bought. All made from scratch. If you like to know my recipe, do let me know in the comment section below. And welcome. Namaste सबैजनालाई. So they're being fried right now. We'll just let it fry a couple minutes on each side. And once the bubble dies down, then you know that's time to flip over. You want to fry them until they're slightly brownish, but not quite. We don't want it super brown. Just so until like they're cooked for about a minute or two, and you can see that there's much less bubble than before. And the color is a little bit darker than what you poured in, and you know it's ready. Go straight into the syrup. So make sure your syrup is anywhere from 125 to 135 temperature. If it's colder or hotter, your jerry is not going to be crispy. So main goal of this is to make sure that jerrys are crispy outside, juicy inside, okay? Not soggy, not soft. Okay, this one's ready. And you don't want to overcrowd your pan. Just do anywhere from 3 to 4. But keep an eye on your thermometer on the sides. Since I had lowered the temperature, I will go ahead and raise it up. If it's below 300, even below 325, they'll come out kind of flat. And we don't want that either. So, but here's what it looks like. So all this excess syrup, I'm going to drain as much as I can. And I'm going to add it into another tray. It's kind of like a cookie cooling tray. So these has been soaking in the syrup for about a minute or two, and then as they cool down, it will harden up and it will become crispy. If you kind of touch them and they're not feeling crispy, so these are kind of sort of flat because the temperature was a little bit below 325. So if you're touching it and you're not hearing that crispy sound, then you know either your syrup temperature was not right or your batter was not right, um, or you didn't fry long enough. It could be any of those. So this one's slightly thinner than the others. So I'll wait till the temperature goes close to 350 and then I'll start pouring more. But yeah, so my tray is getting full. I have one more. I'll take it out from here. And once they drain all those excess syrup, I'll go ahead and transfer them to the bigger tray. But I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, this is what I made. There's 12 of them. So it's going to go to the bigger tray now. And each of my tray has one of these kind of like a, I don't know, a cooling tray, like cookie cooling tray. So my temperature has reached 350. So while that's staying there, I'm going to quickly transfer these. So my bigger tray can fit about 24. So 2 rounds, I need to change my tray. Okay, so that one's full. Okay, now I'm ready to pour. So temperature is just above 350, so I'll keep the temperature. So I'll go ahead and start pouring. Okay, that's coming up perfectly. So as they heat up, they come to the surface. And there's lots of bubbles right now. But as it kind of settles down and then you see less bubbles, then you know it's time to flip over. So this one's kind of died down, so I'll go ahead and flip this. So I'm just pouring only 3 right now because the temperature is around 325. Because the more batter you add to your oil, the temperatures of the oil is going to go down. So I want to kind of maintain it around 350. So I'll just go ahead and pour only 3 at a time for now. Okay, that's close to 350. So you want to fry them just enough until they're like not brown, because brown would be like almost burning. But some people like it kind of like slightly brown too. They want it over like super crispy. But the color kind of doesn't look right, so I do it just until it starts to turn brown. So at first there's lots of bubbles. This one's kind of died down, so I'll go ahead and flip that over. This one's ready to go to the other side. So the one thing I've noticed is that if your batter is thin, your jalebis are not, or jerry are not gonna get thicker ring. They're gonna stay kind of like skinny. But your batter is slightly thick, but not as thick as like a pancake thick. Then it's like a little bit thicker when they cook. And I like it that. But some people prefer it thin, so it's your preference. So make it thin batter if you like your jalebi to be like kind of skinny. Make it slightly thick, but not like a pancake thick. If you want your jalebi to be like slightly thick, like I'll show you. So I like it that thickness, if you can see. Versus this one's a little bit thinner, if you can see from the side. It's hard to see in the camera. Okay, these are going to be soaking. I'm going to turn down the heat because my bottle is empty. So for that, you need your batter. I'm going to pour it in a cup. That's what I'm doing right now. And then you want to beat it up for about a minute. Like so. Kind of like a whisking it, but I'm using like a butter knife to whisk it. Oh, hi, BTS World. Sorry. Hi, hi. Thanks for joining me on my live video. So I'm just beating it up several times. And they're like this thin. Okay. And once it's ready, they go in the jar. So I have my jar ready. And I'll go ahead and get these guys out because they've been soaking here for well over a minute. This is what it looks like. See that excess syrup? We need to get that all out. Okay, so the oil is way above 350, so I'll go ahead and start pouring. I'm not going to turn up the heat yet because it's super hot right now. As you can see, lots of bubbles being created. That means the oil is super hot. Perfect. It's keeping the shape. So I like it. Now I'll turn it up because now I added it. The temperature is slowly going down. So let it cook for a few minutes. And then we'll flip them over. Flip them over. Okay, this one's ready. So I like it this thick. And they go straight into the syrup. Straight into the syrup. And let it sit there for a minute or two. Okay, this one's ready. So temperature's at 325. I will need a new tray soon. Well, I should go get one right now. But yeah, these are becoming, they're very crispy. So that's good. That's what we want. Crispy outside and juicy inside. Okay, it's 325 right now. So I'm gonna let it cook for a little bit more. And I'm gonna add more batter. And you wanna get any of the small pieces out. Hi everyone. If you have just joined, welcome to my channel. Please do subscribe to my channel. I'm making jalebi today. This is a dessert, being fried and being dipped into the sugar syrup. And they're called jari in Nepal and jalebi in India. And maybe a few other countries that I'm not aware of. And this is what it looks like. And they're going so straight to the syrup. And I'm gonna fry more. Okay, perfect. Okay. So I'll just do 3 at a time because every time I'm adding them, the temperature of oil is going down. Well, you can hear fireworks going on. But here's what it looks like when it comes out of the syrup. Nice and shiny, sugar coated, fresh hot cherry. Right here. Okay, and I'm putting them into a tray so that it can drain more of the syrup. So these have bubbled down, but so I'm gonna go ahead and flip them over. So just cook about a minute or two on each side. And then also dip them in a syrup. So here it is. This one's a little bit bigger. Okay. This one's ready. I can see it's about to brown up. And this one's ready. And this one's ready to be flipped. And they go straight into the syrup. Okay, go ahead and add more. checking the temperature. You can hear the fireworks going already. Can you guys hear that? Probably not. It's in the background. So it's at 325, so I'll stop. These are coming out really nice. Can you see them in here? So they're kind of like just floating around in the syrup, drinking as much as possible. Okay. The reason we want to dip them right after is so that you can soak up the syrup as much as possible so it can be juicy when we eat them. Like break them and then they're nice and juicy. So sometimes, so these can be you can eat them like as is, but sometimes it might be too sweet. So you could eat them with traditionally we eat them with this thin tortilla, sometimes with semolina, or we call it suji or halwa. You could eat it with yogurt, plain yogurt. I mean, the choice of what you can eat with is endless. You can eat with anything you like just to balance out the sweetness. I usually eat it with yogurt. So 350 almost, so I'll go ahead and add more. So I'm kind of like pausing in between because I don't want them to kind of like the shapes to be wacky. So as I add them, I kind of watch when they come up to the surface. I kind of watch them to make sure they're nice and circle and all the rings are perfectly formed. And they do stick to each other, but don't worry, it'll separate it out once it cooks. Okay. They are cooking up really nicely. And temperature is at 325, so that's good. These have been dipping in for a while, so I'm going to get them out. But my tray is full, so I need to run inside and grab another big tray. So once you see like the bubbles are like very little, so compared to the ones that you just added to the pan versus the one that's been cooking, you can tell like it's ready to be flipped over. And so these have been soaking up in here. Just kind of know which one you added at the end, so like you can leave them furthermore. So I'll just go ahead and these are ready. So they're kind of browning, but not really. Like they're kind of darker than the from the original. So that's how you can tell like it's ready to be flipped. Okay, so 350. So I'll go ahead and add one more. I'm running out of batter. I think I can make one more if I can push it. Maybe I can make one more. So this is done. And if your temperature is around 300 or so, your jalebi will not puff up. So you want to make sure they are anywhere from I wouldn't say like 350 is like best, because they will not puff up if it's like around 300 or 325. So it's at 350, but I don't know if I have enough batter to make one more. Ah, perfect. I had just enough to make one more. This one's ready. So these are ready to come out. So I need a tray, but meanwhile I'll go ahead and add them. I have two more space for one more maybe. Space for one more. Okay, that's it. And I need to go get another tray. But yeah, making jalebi is not that hard, guys. It's quite simple. Just a few things you got to keep in mind. And they are fairly easy actually. So my syrup pan is kind of crowding up, so I need to definitely go get a tray to get them out. Okay, I'll go ahead and turn off the heat. So my little tray is empty. I mean, sorry, full. This is what it looks like. Hot, crispy jerry. Okay, so that's full. My big tray is full. This is full. And I'm running low on the syrup, and this will be my last one. So I'll go ahead and make room for one more. Kind of squeeze in there. Okay, so they'll be soaking up here. I'll show you what it looks like right now. This is what it looks like. It's kind of crowded in there. So I'll go ahead and get this out into a tray. This small tray is full. This is full, so I need to go get a new one. I'll be right back. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Thank you. Whoops. Yeah, I need to get a new tray. Done. I just need 40 and I have more than 40, I think. Just getting a new tray. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, guys. Anytime you're frying food, so here's my new tray. Anytime you're frying a food, please do drink lots of water. Highly recommend, because all that heat and fume and you being next to the hot oil is gonna make you thirsty and dehydrated and somewhat dizzy as well. So, and I just realized I have not been drinking water, so I need to go do that. But before that, let me quickly transfer these. I appreciate you guys watching my live video of how to make jerry. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, tips, anything, feel free to send them to me. Here's what it looks like. So I'm gonna empty my tray out here. I mean the syrup bowl. And I'll show you once I get them all out. And again, very gentle, guys. They are very crispy, so you want to make sure they are not breaking. So get them out as slow as possible, as gently as possible. Because they are very delicate. Fragile stuff. So they've soaked up syrup very good. So it's definitely time for them to come out. So they've been swimming in this syrup. Now it's time for them to come out and just cool off, dry off, harden up. Okay. So I have, how many? I think I made 24 inside. It's 30, 33, 34, 35, 37, 39, 40, 45. I have 45. Here we go. Nice jerry. Okay. So I'll let them sit here for a few minutes and then I will go ahead and transfer them over into the bigger tray. So my syrup bowl is empty now. This is how much I have left out of big 6 cups. I used a bowl, so that was way more than a cup. So I used 6 bowls of sugar in here with some water. So 6 bowls of sugar with 3 bowls of water, made it into syrup. And this is how much I have left. Just about maybe 2 cups left. And then I didn't have to add any extra oil. Again, I used canola oil. You can use any oil you have. I'm done for tonight. That's all I'm making. I just needed 40, so I have about 45. Thanks for watching my channel, my video. Please do support by subscribing, sharing. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will be happy to answer them with the best of my knowledge. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. Probably Friday already at some places, so have a good day, good evening to people who are kind of close by me, nighttime. So good night, good day to everybody. Thank you. Namaste. Bye. Thanks for watching.